independent clothing initiative with Jill Haggerty, a sewing channel. I am so pumped you're here today. I want to talk a little bit about all the basic reasons people sew, and then what exactly it is that sewing can do for you that can change your life. There are a lot of reasons that a lot of us get into this craft. Maybe you want to start sewing because you want clothes that really fit you. A lot of people want better fitting clothes. Clothes straight from the store called ready to wear don't always fit us exactly the way that we want. Maybe the waistband's a little too tight, but the legs are a little too big. There's too much room in the behind. That's my problem. Maybe the skirts are too short, or maybe they're too long, or maybe the sleeves don't fit quite right. All of these things can be solved and fixed through learning to sew your own clothes. It allows you to see that your body is perfect just the way that it is. And sometimes it will fit perfectly according to the pattern, and sometimes you're going to have to modify things, and it is all a part of the process, and it is all okay. I want to tell you a little story about why I started sewing. When my most beautiful 11-year-old oldest daughter was born, she was born with just this ginormous noggin, and I would have her wrapped up in a blanket and hold her in my arms, and everyone would, when her body was wrapped up, they would say, "Oh, how old, what a cute baby," you know? I would unwrap her body and they'd say, "Whoa, she's a newborn." I used to put clothes over her head and she would cry because for them to fit her body, it would be, normal newborn size. But if I wanted it to fit her head, I would have to go up a size or 2 sizes, sometimes 3, and she would just be swimming in whatever it was that she was wearing. This beautiful daughter of mine, her head did not hit the 100th percentile, and which is the top of the charts. I mean, she was over the top. It didn't hit that 100th percentile until she was about 1.5 years old. I made a cake. And so when I saw my daughter crying as I'm trying to get her dressed in the morning, I thought, okay, I can do something about this. I can help her. And that is when I first got interested in sewing. Another thing that sewing allows you to do is pick the design, the style, the colors, whatever it is that you love, you can do, you can wear. You can make for yourself. Your closet can be your dream wardrobe. That can actually happen without spending hours and hours and hours at the store, without trying things on and feeling frustrated. You can have that wardrobe. Admittedly, one of the reasons I got into sewing was sewing is something I can do that my children cannot undo. Do anyone with me in the house? Sewing, I do it and it stays done. It is glorious. Another one of the reasons that I sew is self-care. It's kind of a sanity for me. And I know for a lot of sewists, it feels the same way for you. It's something that you can go and do, and it's productive, and it's for you, even if you're sewing for someone else. I've learned that if I sew for my husband or my children, the process of sewing is what I enjoy so much, even more than the end result, to be honest. And so the process of sewing, whether it be a garment for me or for someone else, gives me that same satisfaction. Another reason that I love to sew, and I think that a lot of men and women do, is that sewing is a form of education. It lets me continue to stretch my brain. And not only am I constantly learning new things, I am constantly failing, I am succeeding, I am learning about new a broad shoulder adjustment, a small behind adjustment, as we've talked about. Maybe you have the opposite. Maybe you have a large bust adjustment. Maybe you have longer legs than an average pattern. Where is it that you cut it off to add that extra length? All of these things you can learn step by step, imperfectly, as you jump into sewing. Okay, there are a million reasons why people are interested in sewing, why you are interested in sewing. But the number one reason, and this may sound kind of silly and kind of trite, that you should get into sewing is because truly you matter. And while I have too many hobbies and too many things that interest me and take my time, none have reiterated this for me over and over and over again, quite like sewing. You matter. You matter enough. You matter enough to spend the time. You matter enough to perfect it. Sewing allows me to grow. I push myself, and I really believe in myself. I was so fearful to cut into that first thing of fabric. What if I mess up? What if it is unwearable? And you know what? A lot of times it was. Have you guys ever heard the quote? Sometimes the bravest and most important thing you can do is just show up. Just show up.
Just show up.
Just be as I am right now, and it is enough. You don't have to start out the gate running. But the point is to start. Just start. Just do it. Okay, I want to give you a little bit of background. I grew up moving constantly. I moved 13 times. Then I married a military officer, and he wasn't at the time, but later became one, and we have moved a total of 10 times since. So I have been able to see a lot of different people and cultures and fashion and styles, and through all of that, I have learned that there is beauty everywhere you go. There is beauty in being a little bit different, in being unique. There's beauty in being you and being confident, feeling good about yourself and who you are. If any of that sounds good to you, then sewing is right for you.
Mama.
If loving yourself, if accepting yourself. Hold on. Mother duties. Okay. Sewing lets me see ways that my quirky little weird things work. The ways that, mixing the colors and the patterns and doing kind of some of the weird funky stuff that I do. It's fun. It's me, and it's okay. Be comfortable in your imperfections. Be comfortable in not knowing where to start. Be comfortable in doing something new and maybe a little bit scary. And maybe when you're not fully prepared. It's so fun to wear what speaks to my soul. Do you like bold colors? Wear them, my friend. Do you like oversized t-shirts? Make them. Maybe you like long hair. Maybe you like short hair. Maybe you like curly hair. Maybe you like straight hair or blue hair. Be yourself. You are made of the good stuff. Create because it fuels you. Create so that you can add something to the world. Be and live happy. Break the mold. Do it. Do it now. Start today. That is what I want my wardrobe to do. It doesn't always need to be loud, and it doesn't always need to hide me either. But to be able to make something that truly builds my confidence in myself, to be able to see something I love, maybe I can't afford, and say, you know what? I can make that. I have 4 kids, but I can't afford it, but I can make it. I can make it affordable. All of these, they are so fun. You come over. Just come over right now and we'll sew together. I'm serious.